Today I had a great conversation with a client about sleep, quality, and quantity, and I want you to grab your Garmin and let's take a look at your information. Talking with this client today, we were looking at his sleep quality and quantity, and he was a little bit frustrated because he's been putting a lot of effort into improving both of those, but the sleep quality and quantity was not coming around. If you're new to my channel, first and foremost, thank you and welcome to the Coach Robb YouTube channel. I'm a big fan of the Garmin platform. I have been for over 20 years, and I want you to look at the screen right here. There's a multitude of information that's available to you here on Garmin, and the first thing that we look at is sleep quality. Now, we don't look at it in the traditional sense. When we're looking at Garmin and we're looking at the quality, we look at what we refer to as the sleep ratios. And that ratio is going to be between deep sleep and the awake time. As a general rule of thumb, we'd like you to have as close to 2 hours or more of deep sleep and less than 10 minutes of awake time every night. So not only do we want to look at the quantity, obviously we'd love it to be over 8, preferably 9. We also want to make sure that the quality is there as well. So we're looking at deep sleep to the awake time. Now, the reason why that's so important is, does REM matter? Absolutely, it does matter. But you've got to keep in mind that your body releases the hormones that we so desperately need for recovery when you're in deep sleep. If you've studied anything relevant to sleep, they refer to sleep cycles as REM 1, 2, and 3. REM just stands for rapid eye movement. REM 1 rejuvenates your brain. REM 3 rejuvenates you at a hormonal level. REM 2 is called transitional, where you're literally just transitioning between the two stages. Now, let's stop and think about this. When we're looking at the sleep quality, if you have followed me for any period of time, we've talked about it over and over again that if you don't satisfy hunger before you go to bed, it's going to have a negative impact on your sleep. We've proven it over and over again. We've shared some videos here in the past. When you satisfy hunger, the body's always going to sleep much better. We obviously want to take into consideration that we've tested and validated that you're not eating something that causes any kind of GI distress. But again, those assumptions are being made. These have all been discussed in previous videos. When we come back to the client that we were speaking to today, the idea is, hey, why is my sleep quality not increasing? So that's why I wanted you to grab your Garmin at the beginning of this video. Take a look at your quality and your quantity. So we look at sleep ratios against your overall total time in bed. Now what we want to look at is, and again, we're making an assumption here, that you satisfy hunger before you go to bed. We could even stack on top of that the idea that the room is dark. It's got to be below 69 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius. We want to make sure there's no audible sounds, white noise is fine, no light in the room. Again, things that we've previously discussed, let's check all those boxes off. Well, then why would the sleep quality not be there? Why are we seeing such a bad sleep score? Well, that's because of cumulative stress. Cumulative stress coming personally, professionally, could be affecting you financially. Maybe you're overtraining, training too hard, training too long. Maybe you're not giving yourself enough rest in between your intervals. This is a big multitude of what ifs, and that's why we're so particular with the Garmin, because the Garmin takes all the guesswork out. Every workout, I can look at your average and your max heart rate. I can look at the duration. I can look at the temperature. If you weigh yourself before and after and you use the Garmin digital scale, I can pull all these variables out and factor them in just off of your Garmin dashboard. So why is this individual not able to sleep in regards to quality-wise? He's not waking up feeling rejuvenated, but the hours are there. We're noticing that the quality, the ratio between deep and awake, the awake time was abnormally high, but yet he's satisfying hunger, the room is dark and cold and has no audible noises. We started looking at his stress score. Stress score average was a little bit just under 50, like literally just up against it. That's his 4-week average. So what we've discussed, and one of the things that he's working on, is reducing stress. And I know that's a lot easier said than done. You have families, you have obligations, jobs, relationships. I know there's a lot that goes on. I'm only sharing with you the same, or rather sharing with you his frustrations, because I feel that you probably have the same ones. Maybe not at the same level. You guys can grab your Garmin right now, go look at your stress, look at it, depending on when you're watching this video, look at it at the end of the day and compare that to the last 4 weeks. Because Garmin is doing a great job of showing you, hey, how does today benchmark against what has happened in the last 4 to 12 months? You can go as far back as you want. So I wanted to take the time and share that with you here today. When you're checking off the boxes on getting good sleep and it's still not happening, the next thing I would suggest that you look at is definitely going to be the stress category. I think we underestimate that. It could be one of those kind of subtle things where you feel like you're sleeping well, but then when you look at the numbers, the quality is not there. This could be causing you to stack on unwanted body fat. This could be causing other issues. Low sex drive, craving simple sugars, night sweats. Even though you're laying in bed getting plenty of sleep, according to the clock, doesn't mean that your body's getting what it needs to rejuvenate itself. So this was a great conversation that I wanted to share with you guys. Please take the time to look at your Garmin and let's make sure that we're getting both the quality and the quantity of sleep to make sure that you wake up rejuvenated every day. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. If you're new, please like and subscribe because we put out a new video every day where we answer your questions. And should you have one, please feel free to send it to me and my team. contact@coachrob.com. Again, thank you for watching this video today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.